Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I want to share with you a pair of Christian Louboutin shoes that I got like few days ago. Like I think it was last week that I got this pair of shoes. It's the Christian Louboutin Iriza, if I remember correctly, and it's in the color nude. So I got this pair of shoes last week, and so basically I was just browsing around in the store, and then because I read the review on YouTube about people saying that this pair of shoes will be more comfortable than the Soulcade 120 millimeter Soulcade. So that's why when I go into the shop, I was paying more attention to this pair than the Soulcade. So this is the 100 millimeter Iriza in the color nude, and I went into the store and then I asked for my true size, which is size 37, and I tried it on. I walked on the carpet and it was like so comfortable. Just to let you guys know that I am the type of person who can walk in high heels. Usually if it's like shopping day, like I'm gonna be walking like 3 to 4 hours without break, I could probably wear like 8.5 centimeter, or if this shoes is really comfortable, then I could do sometimes 10 centimeter as well. And normally actually, I will usually buy shoes in Aldo or Madden. So these two are the brands that I typically go for my everyday high heels. Like I wear high heels on a daily basis, and my work requires me to actually walk a lot. So I work in a retail environment, even though I don't have to stand all day long, but during a busy day I'm gonna have to be walking around a lot. So usually 8.5 centimeter of heels is something that I could wear very comfortably, like with no tiredness on my foot. But if it's a really comfortable, well designed heels, then I could do a 10 centimeter. It's also fine. But so this one is 100 millimeter, and so when I first tried it on in store, it was like it fits perfectly, and it's just very comfortable. Like when I say comfortable, I mean this part here, because I have a really wide feet, and the reason I like Aldo high heels or Steve Madden is because even though sometimes their heels are high, like 100 or 120 millimeters, the front part here usually is a lot more comfortable than I would say if you buy a Soulcade. So after I tried this on, I was like, I immediately fell in love with this pair of shoes, and then I asked the salesperson to actually maybe bring a pair of black ones in the same design. So while she's going to get that pair of shoes, I actually try on the Soulcade, which is on the display quickly. So the Soulcade on the display was also 37, and it was in like the patent black and 120 millimeter ones. And so when I fit my foot into the shoes, it was so painful, and I can hardly walk in them. And I would say, like, if I were to buy a pair of Soulcade, which is highly unlikely, but if I were to buy a pair of Soulcade, I would probably have to go to size 39. That's what I'm thinking. But anyhow, after I put it on, like, it was so painful, so I totally just let it go. Like, I didn't even bother to ask the sales lady to bring out the black one. In my mind, that's gonna be my first pair of designer shoes, so I'm definitely gonna go for a new one instead of a black one, because black one, especially when it's patent, it's quite strong, especially if you're planning to wear it to a wedding or workplace. I totally feel like a new pair of high heels is something that I'm gonna be wearing a lot more than a black patent ones, even though I wouldn't mind getting a black suede in the near future. But I totally love this pair of shoes. So the second day, I bring them home. I try them on again. I even try to put the anti-slip of like the transparent anti-slip thing on by myself, which you could get it from Aldo. So I put them on and then I just walked them at home because I didn't want to damage the red part underneath. So I put that on myself. And then I got them on Friday, and then on Sunday I have a friend's wedding to attend. So I actually wore this one, and it was a rainy day, and I wore this one. So when I first walk out of the house, I will have to say it's a little bit uncomfortable. Not because the shoes is uncomfortable, but I think more because it's my first time wearing a Louboutin shoes, and it's a brand new shoes. So your feet has to be comfortable and get used to this type of design, the leather and everything. So it was a little bit uncomfortable, but not like painful to actually walk in them, like when you first actually walk out of the house, not on the carpet, but actually on a concrete concrete floor or whatever. But it was only a little bit uncomfortable because maybe I think it's because of heel. Even though it's a 100 millimeter heel, which is something I'm totally comfortable with, I think because it's so thin, which is so beautiful and sexy, but because it's so thin and thinner than my typical high heels, I was a little bit scared that it will, that I have to walk carefully. But after like 10-15 minutes, when I got used to the height, I was walking on it totally fine. So that's the first day when I actually wore this pair of high heels out. Even though it was raining, because this is a patent leather, there was no damages on the shoes at all, which is something that I'm like maybe on a rainy day I'm probably gonna be wearing a patent shoes and a suede from now on, because usually I wear whatever I want, and usually my suede high heels will get ruined during a rainy day. But yeah, I'm really happy with the quality and the color of it, especially the color. Like this is not a new color that you can find in the market. Like even it's a fake one, even if it's a copy Louboutin high heels, I don't think you could get the same color. The reason why I say that is because the third day, or actually the next day when I go back to work, I decided to wear this pair of shoes to work. And it was a really busy day, so I was on my feet, most of the time. I was walking around, helping customers and everything. And the more I wear it, I feel like the more comfortable it is. Actually, at the end of the day, I feel like the leather is getting so much stretched. It was a little bit loose on one side of the shoes. Like my right side is totally okay, and then the left side I actually have to put on this thing to make it a little bit more tight. That did not happen when I wore it the first day or the second day, but on the third day when I'm more used to it, the leather actually got stretched, and so it became a little bit loose. So I have to put this thing on in order for me to walk really fast, because I'm the type of person who likes to walk really fast. So this type of design, I really want something that really snuggles my feet, like that doesn't come out. My feet doesn't come out, if you know what I mean. But so all I need is just to put up something like this, and it's gonna be fine. I thought about next time, maybe when I get a black one or another one, maybe I should get a 6.5 size. But you know what, 37 is really comfortable, and if it get really stretched, maybe I would just put something like that to make it more comfortable. Anyhow, another thing I want to talk about is that during the day when I wore it to work, my heel was damaged. And I'm gonna insert a picture to show you, like this part here. It's been damaged. Like, I don't know if you could see it now. I think you could still see it now. It's been fixed already, but it was a lot worse before I fixed them. I was so worried. And just to let you guys know that this one, it's gonna be really hard for the shoe shop to repair. Why? Because the color of this shoes is really hard to find in the market. If it's a black one, I heard, because they told me if it's a black one, it's gonna be really easy for them to repair. But because it's this color, so it's gonna be really hard for them to repair. So all they did, I think, is glue down to just make it not as obvious, but you can still see the thing there. But what can you do, right? And what I also did is I put a anti-slip thing here, just so that I could have a little bit more grip when I'm walking really fast. Because the place I work at, it's not like concrete. It's, what do you call it? Like, it's really slippery. So I have to wear something that's gonna prevent me from slipping, you know, and that's gonna help protecting my rib button as well. So I put it on. And just to let you guys know, like, I know if you're gonna bring it to a Louboutin recommended store, like this type of thing, it's gonna be quite expensive. And what I also actually did is I actually replaced the tip. Yeah, so because the tip is so thin, if you were going to wear this thing like on a 9 to 5 type of job, and you're gonna be walking around all day long, like, what happened to this pair of shoes is that at the end of the day, this thing was like broken. Like, I can no longer wear them. So that happened to one side of my shoes, and I had to get them repaired. So I replaced both of them. And the tip, like this thing, it comes with one set of that in the shoe box. And then hopefully I could buy another one, another similar color ones. I don't know. I'm hoping, because the shoe shop offered me a different color of tip, which I don't like. It's making it looking so fake. So I used the one that comes with the shoes, and I don't know if I could buy another similar ones in store, like exact same ones in store. If you guys know, can you leave me a comment down below and let me know if it's even possible to buy the same tip in Louboutin store. But overall, like, I got this thing repaired, and then I replaced the tip, and then I guess this thing done. And the place I did it, because I live in Toronto, so I went to this Asian shop, shoe shop, which is in Pacific Mall. If you guys are interested, leave me a comment down below. I will make sure that I will include them maybe in the link somewhere, because it's really inexpensive. So the cost of replacing a tip like that, it's like $10. Can you believe that? $10. If you were to do this thing on both of them, it's like 35, I believe. And because I have to repair this part here, so the total of what I paid is 45 Canadian dollars. Yeah, only $45 to do everything. And I totally think that's worth it, because I have been to some of the other shoe repair shops, and they cost a lot more than this thing. Like, I'm really happy with that. So highly recommend this shoe repair store. I'm gonna link it down. I'm gonna link their address maybe in the comment below. But they do a lot of designer shoes repair, and I totally think that they are qualified to do this type of repair. So yeah, that's it. Oh, and just to let you guys know, I got this pair in Canadian, like in Canada, and I pay like close to $1,000 after tax. And yeah, and it's true to my size. So if you're the type of person who likes to wear Aldo high heels or Steve Madden, then I think you're gonna be true to the size to this Christian Louboutin Iriza. So yeah, that's it for the video for today, and let me know if you have any questions. I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.